Hi everyone, I'm Nicole Culagbang from BSHM 1B, and today I'll be sharing my investigative report about President Rodrigo Duterte's Agrarian Reform Agenda. We'll look into what he promised, what actually happened, and how this reform affected the lives of Filipino farmers. Introduction. First, what is agrarian reform? Next, why is it important? And the last, Duterte's land reform promises. Agrarian reform is about giving land to the landless. Most farmers who worked the land for generations but never owned it. President Duterte's promised to fast-track land distribution, especially government-owned lands, and to make it free for beneficiaries. Duterte's agrarian reform goals. First, free land for farmers. Next, Executive Order Number 75/2019. And the last, completion of CARP. During his term, Duterte focused on three main things: giving land to farmers for free, signing Executive Order 75 to identify idle government land for distribution, and continuing the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, or CARP. He wanted to make land reform faster and less complicated. Executive Order Number 75. First, signed in 2019. Next, order all government agencies to identify idle lands. And last, land turned over to DAR for redistribution. In 2019, Duterte signed Executive Order Number 75. This was a big deal because it told all the government offices to look for unused land that could be given to farmers. Once this land were identified, they were handed over to the Department of Agrarian Reform for processing and distribution. Achievements during his term. First, 230,000 hectares distributed. Next, 1,000 of law was issued. And the last, support for former rebels and IPS. By the end of his term, more than 230,000 hectares of land had been distributed. Thousands of certificate of land ownership award or CLOAs were given to farmers. Some beneficiaries were former rebels, indigenous people, and families in remote areas. It sounded like a success on a paper. What farmers actually experience. First, delay in land titles. Next, lack of farm tools and support. And the last, land conflict and threats. But when we look deeper, we found a different story. Some farmers got land but didn't get the support they needed. No tools, no seed, no irrigations. Others waited years just to get their titles. Some areas, land conflict still existed, and farmers were harassed by powerful landowners. Real stories from the ground. First, we got land but no water or tools. Next, still waiting for our land title. And the last, we fear for our safety. I heard from farmers who said, yes, we received land but we don't have water or equipment. Others are still waiting for their titles. And sadly, in some regions, farmers still face threat and violence just for claiming land that's legally theirs. Challenges of implementation. First, red tape and delays. Next, limited budget for DAR. And the last, incomplete farmer support. Some of the biggest problems, bureaucracy. The process was slow and complicated. DAR did not always have the budget or manpower to help every farmer. And while land was distributed, the support services like training, tools, and capital often did not follow. The question is, was it enough? Progress made, but incomplete, and farmers need more than just land. Duterte's agrarian reform agenda did make some progress. Land was given and reform were introduced. But the big picture shows that land alone is not enough. Farmers need long-term support, security, and infrastructure to actually benefit from this reform.